You're the worst person on the planet. Why should we bullying you? I do bully you. Alright, you can go now. You've served your purpose.
Okay, so last video we talked about ImAllexx getting exposed for some really horrible things. Since then, we've had a lot happen. A second ex-girlfriend has come out with even more allegations. All of Alex's YouTuber friends have responded to the situation, basically just dunking on Alex. And I also got to address some brain-dead takes about the whole drama. First thing is, I put a short disclaimer at the start of my last video saying innocent until proven guilty, and people actually got mad at that. Dude, it's to avoid legal liability, man. It's the same reason everybody says allegedly in videos. And it's also how the legal system operates, so Alex is not going to jail until he's proven guilty in a court of law. Do I think he's guilty? Yes, you can probably tell from the 20 old minutes that I dunked on him. So congrats on ignoring that, you actual smooth brain morons. Anyways, here we have a tweet by King Ani, my experience with ImAllexx. This is Alex's second ex-girlfriend. And before we get into this doc, we gotta have some context here. King Ani is one of the YouTubers that falsely accused Slazo of SA, doubled down, and nearly ruined someone's life based on false accusations. So, I'm just saying, she cannot be trusted at all. Like, she's lied so much. Here's some of the replies real quick. Lamau, you helped spread those Slazo allegations. Don't try to slink out of that. You heard a rumor, did zero vetting, and went with it. Take some accountability for what happened. You co-signed that false story. Nicholas Dioria says, innocent people don't stay silent for this long. And this is a direct quote from King Ani, who said the exact same thing when Slazo was taking his time to respond to the situation. Here's some tweets that are still up on her Twitter in regards to the Slazo situation. Michael is still guilty for what he did in the past. Whether Shay intentionally or accidentally left some bits out, he still admitted it to in the video, which he did not. But people are glossing over it. He gaslighted Shay, which is a form of manipulation. Blah, blah, blah. Basically, she's a clown. Anyways, that being said, we're still going to read it and hear her out, but take it with a grain of salt. This has literally zero proof, zero screenshots, zero videos, unlike Alice, who actually backed up what she said with proof. My experience with ImAllexx. Though we never confirmed it to the public because I like keeping my relationships private, I dated Alex from June 2017 till March 2018. It was the most toxic relationship I've ever been in, and I was lucky to get out of it when I did. When we were dating, we were pretty much never apart for longer than a week. We stayed in Europe for a couple of months, then went to America for 6 months. He couldn't stay, blah, blah, blah. After the 6 months was over, we spent some time away from each other. During that time, with the help of my friends, came to the realization that I was in the worst and most toxic relationship I've ever been in. It started out great, as they always do, the honeymoon phase as they call it, but as time went on, things got worse and worse. I was fortunate to get out when I did, but reading all the new information that's come out, he's clearly gotten worse. During the relationship, he made me feel insane, like I wasn't myself anymore. It never felt like he listened to me. I always felt belittled and inferior. That kind of makes sense from what Alice was saying. Whenever we recorded videos together, he would constantly talk over me and never let me have my moment. Most of the time when I had problems, he always made it about himself or talked about his own issues. He'd get stressed over his YouTube channel constantly and complain about uploading as if it was the hardest job on the planet and no one had it harder than him. His classic line was, I can't catch a flippin' break. I mean, to be honest, I'm gonna have to agree with Alex here. Making commentary videos is the hardest job on the entire planet. I think she's clearly overreacting here. If we ever had a disagreement, he would also sometimes allude to the possibility of necking himself over minor conflicts as a threat, so I couldn't continue with the conversation. It was nearly impossible to give him any kind of criticism because it was adding to the pile of minor issues that had already blown far out of the proportion in his head. Yeah, Alex does seem like the type of guy to be like, well, if you don't do it what I want, I'm jumping off a cliff. Lovely, Alex. Or there's the classic of, I'm gonna bash your head in, you know?
I'm gonna fucking bash your fucking head against the wall with a brick.
Another thing that he did was spin his own narrative and twist words. He didn't just do this in the relationship, but he did it in work with his friends. It was the main reason why many people stopped talking to him, because we started to realize that when there was even the smallest amount of drama and he heard about it, he would make sure to involve himself, even if the subject had absolutely nothing to do with him, and he would just make everything so much worse. For example, the Slazo situation. Oh, interesting, you're talking. Though it was never said in the original statements by Shay, he somehow came to the conclusion that it was rope, and everyone else got the blame for saying his words. Really? Somehow the situation went from being guilty of being a bad boyfriend to all of a sudden he's a ropist. That was the final nail in the coffin. I cut all contact with him after that. Really? Trying to rewrite history over here. King Ani, amazing. I am actually impressed with you. Now, to a lot of people watching this in 2024 today, they'll be like, okay, yeah, she got manipulated by Alex. That's why she supported the allegations. But no, I was there. I was there 5 years ago. I know exactly what happened. I remember it to this day. Okay, because it was a significant moment in my life. All right, became a YouTuber, baby. Thank you guys, by the way. Thank you. She was definitely on board 100% with throwing Slazo under the bus and making it seem like he did something horrible. And even after Slazo responded, debunking pretty much everything, she still continued double downing. Your tweets are still up, you absolute hypocritical moron. All right, she was the one who helped, you know, create the document to release. It was like this group of big YouTubers. It was like a Quiet Waste, King Ani, all these people. Like, together, they wanted to take down Slazo, all right? I don't know why they were, like, jealous of him, or they just wanted to believe their friend or something. But you can't do that in serious SA cases, all right? You have to look at all the facts, which is why I always say innocent until proven guilty. Some moron's gonna be like, you can't say that. I can't believe you're supporting Alex's abuser. It's the fact, brother. The sky is blue. By the way, just the fact that she's trying to rewrite history like this makes me trust her much lesser. But also, I hate Alex, so let's read this. During our relationship, I bought him and I matching Alex and Annie bracelets for Valentine's Day because I was like, oh neat, a company with both our names. You can see him pressing the heart on the bracelet to his lips in the Back to Nothing video, which has since been taken down from his channel. I would start at 4, but I'll also attach the video in case the link gets removed. She's attached one of Alex's videos where he's just seems down or anything. It's not really proof of anything except that they were dating.
I felt like for the first time in my life I knew what I wanted and I knew what I was going to end up doing. And I'm back here in this tiny fucking room. And everything's just gone back to the beginning again. I think the worst part is that about 2 months ago, I for the first time in a year, I felt like I was truly happy.
This video was released as a response to me breaking up with him. He uploaded this video after I stopped talking to him as a way of trying to guilt trip me into replying with him. He did to me what he has done in his relationship with Alice, where he would fly off the handle and get mad, then act apologetic and sad to try to get me feel sorry for him and forgive everything he has said and done. Lastly, the only time he ever laid a finger on me was when he grabbed as I was trying to run away from a conflict. We were trying to record a YouTube video together and he was getting frustrated at having to restart the recording multiple times. Classic YouTuber. He started shouting and beating his fist on the table, even as going as far to break his microphone. Okay, that's not classic YouTuber. I don't do that either, alright? I was scared. I got up to leave the room when he grabbed my arm to physically stop me. It's just funny thinking of Alex trying to intimidate anybody. Dude, you could not beat an insect in a fight. I remember saying, "You grabbed my arm," several times in shock, as if to say, who the F would ever grab someone like that? Once again, I was fortunate that was the only time something has ever happened. I got out before it got even worse. It clearly has with the new information that's come out. Saddens me that it's come this far. I wish Alice the best privately, and it breaks my heart to have seen all the things she had gone through. I hope Alice and my story show you what he was really like behind the scenes. If you're in an abusive relationship, please get out now. You can't fix them. Yeah, I'm not buying this. I hope Alice's and my story. No. It's just Alice's story here, okay? Because I don't see any screenshots. I don't see any video. There is zero proof of anything you've said. Okay, and I operate on proof. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna believe Alice, and you are a proven liar. So with your track record, trying to ruin someone's entire life, all right, you can choose to believe that or not, but we're moving on. Okay, so we gotta talk about Alex's #1 best friend, ImAllexx, all right? These guys would be in videos all the time. ImAllexx was the funny one. Alex was the guy who nobody really wanted there. He's responded saying, I'm aware of the Alex situation. I would usually wait until both parties have said their side publicly before speaking about it, but I think the evidence here is overwhelming. I spent this morning reading what Alice has written and going over the evidence she's provided, and no one should have to go through what she has. It's awful and disturbing, and it seriously shocked me. I'm still processing what happened. This is one of the worst situations I've ever seen in my life, and I hope Alice is okay. It took a lot of courage to speak about this. Okay, pretty decent statement or whatever. I just think that Alex and ImAllexx were so buddy, bro. It was crazy. Every single video would have them each other. They were like really good friends. Here we have another YouTuber, iNamber's response. I should say, yeah, I know about the situation. Hope you send nothing but support to Alex. Cannot explain how brave it is to come out and speak out about this stuff. Really trying to not come in here with the eyes and make it all about me, as this is about Alice and she deserves all the support possible. But yeah, I should say, of course, I didn't know about this until recently. I wasn't even aware the two had broken up until April. That's how in the dark I was on this. Basically, all of them are saying that I did not know absolutely anything about this. Apparently, Alex is crazy good at hiding exactly what he's been doing with everybody else. I've very much been in the dark on all of this until recently, which makes it feel worse. The level of what was said in the document about him is indescribable, just horrific. This situation makes me feel genuinely ill, but also angry, but I prefer to keep those personal thoughts private for now, as this is about Alice, not me. Here we got Jake Baz responding. I was gonna read this, but who the fuck cares about what Jake Baz is saying, dude? There we got Will Ennie's response. Firstly, I hope Alice is doing well. Commend her massively for having courage. As Mia mentioned, there were rumors of the behavior last year. Myself and a few others haven't had contact with him since or been his friend for even longer. With that being said, the severity of the abuse that Alice published was far worse than anything I'd heard being discussed. That Google Drive is freaking abhorrent, and what he put her through is inexcusable. Here we have Mia's response, Willie's ex-girlfriend. This is something I've been aware of since May, and something that is well known through the industry. I can't speak for people who aren't in our group or who I don't see regularly, but the openness at which this was discussed among people last year, I genuinely find it hard to believe that creators close to Alex had no idea what this was going on. Ooh, we got some... She's saying that they all probably knew how bad Alex was and did not care because they wanted to make videos with him. That's also what YouTubers like Kavos would say, that all of them are just bad eggs, essentially. When I found out Alex and I were signed to the same talent agency, I immediately made them aware of the accusations and put pressure on them to drop him, which they did. From the documents in the drive, it looks like things have escalated even further from what I was aware of. Emotional abuse, threats of violence, use of racial slurs, which is so heartbreaking. Okay, we got a bit of a twist. We have this person trying to expose Alice. So I pulled apart the doc and got dropped on ImAllexx and noticed some of the screenshots were cropped. Interestingly, they were cropped within the doc itself, so Google preserved the rest of the image data, which I was able to extract. Here they are uncropped. And yeah, it seems Alice has cropped out the top here, the name, and she called him a racist N-word. Interesting for sure, but pales in comparison to what Alex did to her still. So we got a bunch of screenshots. You guys can read this, pause it, and read this if you'd like. Blah, 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 blah. Blah. I wonder why she might have cropped these screenshots where you can clearly she has ImAllexx saved as racist N-word in her phone, lol. Now don't worry, Alice has actually responded. I write in my statement multiple times that I became reckless with my use of language because this was so normalized by Alex. I'm well aware that this doesn't excuse my use of the word, but it is an honest explanation. I apologize for any offense caused by this. Okay, that's a decent apology right there. Of course, some people are going to be mad that you said the N-word or whatever. What kind of relationship is this? Why on earth are two white people calling each other the N-word? There's an element of comedy in this, that's for sure. There's also some clips of Alex floating around that I wanted to show you.
It's got really nice lips as well.
How narcissistic was that?
Oh, to be like, do you ever look at me and go, God, he's so pretty, he looks like me? What do you say then?
No, like Gremlin.
Oh, like a gremlin. All right, thank you. Yes, but you'll probably have to speak up to because the camera won't, like, because
Alex is a gremlin.
Okay, you don't need to do that. You don't need to tell the whole world. Got anything else you want to say? Oh, nice. You're great to make content with.
So after seeing the situation, people are saying that, oh, she's being held at gunpoint. But during this video, people seem to be horrible judges of character. This was the comment section. You can tell how much Alex cares about Alice and Bear. It's so cute. Alex and Alice are genuinely the cutest together. He's so gentle with her. Yes, yes, yes. I will bash your head into a wall with a brick. He's so gentle. Listen, you can't tell what's happening online, all right? People are just going to show you the best versions of themselves, all right? And let's stop being this parasocial, all right? God damn it. Anyways, here's last video's featured comment. Damn, Alex's voice is just not very intimidating no matter how hard he tries to be. I agree, he's a squealer. Follow me on Twitter for my juicy takes. Also, I'm becoming irrelevant on there. Please follow. And that's it. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.